that Dr. Mayfield just shared. But I want to challenge everybody also, Lung Cancer Alliance is here, and they have the information about the screening. So if you kind of missed that information and you want to find out a little bit more of exactly, the information is here. I challenge you guys that there's a lot of information that will go around today. Don't think that you can soak it up all today. But there are resources here that you can grab. Again, we talked about the lung cancer plate, but grab the information from Lung Cancer Alliance. Take it with you. Take it with you and kind of go through that and read it and educate yourself along that path. But it's been, the plan is set. Awareness is absolutely key, but that has to be backed up with real work. And that real work, when we see it in breast cancer, was with early detections and better treatment. Dr. Mayfield made it very plain that lung cancer is making strides. I mean, he didn't say that before that. You really didn't have, you couldn't really talk about it. You couldn't really say, now it's not where we want it, but it's making strides. That is hope. That is absolute hope. And we want to continue that. We want to talk about it. It's not there yet, but we can embrace the hope, right? We can, because any bit of hope is because we're making more survivors. Those are people. That hope is directly correlated to people. So with that said, we have another Faces of Lung Cancer, and we have a loved one's perspective in Miss Carla Poe. Miss Carla.
First of all, thank you, Mary, for a beautiful job. Second of all, I'm usually not so extravagant with purple hair and pearls, but purple for pancreatic cancer and pearls for lung cancer, just in case. So, anyways, my name is Carla Poe, and many of you may remember Greg and I from the Shine a Light Vigil in 2010. That was shortly after he was diagnosed with extensive small cell lung cancer. Last year, I was honored to speak as a caregiver and tell our story. Greg had 2 children from a previous marriage, Aaron and Cherie. I had my son, Keegan. Even our kids, particularly Aaron and Keegan, fit together like a glove, just as Greg and I did. However, when lung cancer struck our family, we were on vacation in the Florida Keys. And I had to tell our boys that Greg had a terminal illness. It was the second most horrible day of my life. The first, July 12, 2011, the day that Greg passed away. Aaron is now 18, Keegan is 13. Aaron lost his father at a critical time in his life, but now appreciates the father that he had. Keegan adored Greg and looked up to him, and now Keegan misses the relationship that he had with his stepfather. What are the lasting impacts on these 2 boys? I see times when both Aaron and Keegan need Greg, and I try to fill those shoes as best as I can. The fact is that those shoes will never be completely filled. I want to tell you a quick story of 5 families, 8 children affected by lung cancer. First, there is Will and Nicole Maris. Aiden, their son, was only 9 months old when Will was diagnosed with lung cancer. Will was only 27 years old. Will continues to fight lung cancer and has done so for almost 2.5 years. Then there's Luke and Heather Teeters. They have 2 boys, Lance and Levi. Lance is 2, Levi is 7. Luke was diagnosed with lung cancer 3 days after his 30th birthday. These 2 young boys lost their father to lung cancer February 6th of this year. Brandon and Tiffany Hora have 2 children, a daughter and a son. Brandon was 28 when he was diagnosed with lung cancer. He fought the battle and eventually lost it 2 years and 8 months later at the age of 31. Mike and Jo Beth Johnson have 3 children, Nick, Ava, and Emma, ages 11, 8, and 6. Mike fought lung cancer for a little over 2 years. He also lost the battle 1 month to the day before Greg did. With 4 fathers with lung cancer, 3 deceased, and all never smokers, we have 8 young children who are watching or have watched their fathers battle this disease. 3 of which will never have another opportunity to make memories with their fathers. As I began thinking about my message tonight, I realized that a whole generation of children are being impacted by the loss of their parents and grandparents to this deadly disease. Children who are completely innocent and are experiencing sickness and death at such a young age. This is only 4 families of 3,600 people on my Wear Pearls in November Facebook page. There are thousands more stories just like this. Then there's my special guest here tonight, Hardy Jackson. He lost his wife in Hurricane Katrina in 2005, his daughter to cervical cancer last year, and now he is battling lung cancer. His wife's last words to him were, "Take care of the kids and grandkids." And he has done his very best to honor her request. Yet his grown children and grandkids know the father and grandfather that they have come to count on has a limited amount of time left here with his life on earth. As Will Maris undergoes treatment for lung cancer, Nicole, his wife, has often explained to Aiden that Daddy is sick. Remember, Aiden is 3. One time, Aiden asked, "Why is he not better yet, Mom?" Nicole was surprised, but said, "Well, baby, the doctors are trying to make a medicine for Daddy, but they need money to find it." Aiden said, "Money like in my piggy, Mom?" Nicole said, "Yes, baby, but we need a lot of people's piggies." Nicole went on to tell Aiden that even when we say please, that not everyone does what we need them to do. Aiden, in the untainted way only a child could put it, said, "Well then, they're bad boys, Mom." Lance, Levi, Nick, Ava, Emma, Sophie, Ethan, Keegan, Aaron, Cherie have all lost their fathers to lung cancer. Children that will never be able to go fishing with their father like Mike Johnson did in the fishing derby every year in Kansas with his 3 kids. 3 daughters, well actually 4 daughters whose fathers will never have the opportunity to walk them down the aisle. 3 fathers who will never experience the joy of being a grandpa. And then there is the father that throughout his treatment continues to reef at his son night after night. When AIDS began impacting children as a country, we acted. And yet, as a generation of children watch their parents die unnecessarily from lung cancer, there is very little reaction to prevent these tragic stories. We will not know for many years to come the impact lung cancer is having on this generation of children, including my own. So I say that we need to act now. It's time to declare lung cancer as a national health care crisis before the impact on this generation of children becomes so great that it will never be overcome. How can you help? As my good friend Michael Levin said, support the Lung Cancer Mortality Reduction Act. Encourage your senators and House representatives to support this bill that reduces lung cancer deaths by 50% by 2020. And join the Lung Cancer Alliance on Facebook and become part of the movement to declare lung cancer a national health care crisis, not just for those battling LC, but for their children, because no one deserves to die.